the twilight of the gods nears, brother will kill brother. Families will be sundered by murder. 4 ages are afoot. An axe age, a sword age, where shields are cloven. A wind age, a wolf age, where the world falls. No one shall be spared.
Welcome to Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion RPG podcast. Prepare for adventure.
Hey guys, Jim here from Creative Playing Podcast Network. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. We've actually made a Kickstarter to help make the podcast a little better, pick us up some new audio and a little video equipment, and if our Kickstarter goes really well, we're actually going to be getting digital artwork equipment, so that way we can make a webcomic on the Creative Playing Podcast Network website, so that way we can make a few more things to help make the podcast just a little bit better, a little bit more fun. Hope you guys get a chance to check out Kickstarter, and it's going to be called Help Creative Playing Podcast Make Upgrades for Season 2. Alright guys, like always, thank you for listening and thank you for any support you can provide. If you can't help us out monetarily speaking, by all means, please help us by sharing the word. And if you've got any friends that like gaming out there, conventions, anything along those lines, even if they want to just see some things, just let them know about our Kickstarter, and hopefully by word of mouth, by the end of September, we can go ahead and get this launched. Alright guys, thank you very much. Welcome back to Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion Hero to Ragnarok story. So when last we met, the group was at the reception / folk moot, meeting all different kinds of legendary creatures, and actually getting to peacefully interact with them.
I was being peaceful.
Excuse me. Certain conversations were rather heated.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And interactions. Or I could say they were a bit chilly.
Okay, and then as things were going on, a frost giant walks up to you, Frost. So Frost giant walks up to you and hands you a drink and introduces herself to you as Scotty, your stepmom.
This woman has gotten around.
Yeah, that's what Nord's saying.
And she actually smiles at you, and she
likes her. She's married to him.
She's okay with the prodigal child if he's in affair.
Yeah, well.
Well, she's okay-ish. So what do you say?
Hey.
She introduced herself?
So it's a pleasure to meet her.
Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you as well. Uller wasn't exaggerating when he said how fine of a warrior you were growing into.
Aww.
Thank you.
So how has Midgard been treating you?
Good.
You seem very well off. Is there any message you'd like me to convey to your father?
Hope he's doing okay.
He hopes that as well for you.
Awkward. And there was all this like pregnant violence. Just tell her she's lovely, and see what your father sees in her. And yeah,
I can see what my father sees in her.
And she takes a sip of her drink, and she says that. Are you trying to seduce me?
Jim.
And she
no, just say it's just that you're very lovely.
She interrupts you, as ladies often are. Puts a hand out.
I resemble that remark, my love.
Puts her hand out and says, I jest, because she sees that she made you awkward with that.
She's like
that
comfortable.
Jest.
He's like blushing.
I jest with you. I apologize. It's just I've not gotten to meet you before. And I am glad that we had this chance to meet. Though I do wish to warn you, this is a very, and she kind of gestures towards the room, especially the frost giant fuming in the corner. This is a very dangerous fire giant. Why do I keep saying frost giant for him?
Because they're mostly fire which is funny because...
You mean they're mostly frost giants?
Yeah, they're mostly frost giants.
You said fire giants.
Giant some sort.
Okay. And she gestures saying, this is a dangerous place for you and your friends to be.
I don't know.
So why exactly are you here as part of Loki's retainers?
Business.
Do not do business with the Lysmith. You will
To the
always
lady?
come out on the short end of the stick.
Thank you for.
Thank you for your warning.
Now she has this like motherly, worried look at you, like what? And she puts a hand out gently on your shoulders. But truly, what business do you have with Loki? Is there anything we can do to help get you out of it?
No.
Well, just tell her you don't know what it is.
I
You're
don't
just
know
here
what
to
it
support
is.
your friends.
That's even the most dangerous kind of business.
True. It is. You're right. Sorry.
So what do you say?
It's not my business exactly. It's one of my friends.
It's an admirable virtue to care for one's friends loyally. Just promise me that you'll be safe,
I will.
and I will let your father know. And look out for that one. And she points across the room right to Bryn. To Bryn, yes, but she's
Yeah.
from her point of view. The fingers to Bryn.
Yeah.
Don't. She's in my group, so.
I'm well aware of her shortcomings.
And I must say, beware Loki and his machinations, because my first husband and I were a result of his machinations. And that didn't end well. She kind of glares over at Bryn across the room.
He smelled like seaweed.
Yeah, but she's
His feet were always
kinda
cold.
in our party. So yeah, I've dealt with her.
Okay, and she basically at this point flutters off. So, Thora, what are you doing? You have mouthed an entire platter of shrimp. It's
You're not
vegetarian,
for
right?
two again,
Yeah.
are you?
It's vegetarian. Shrimp is
Didn't eat that
vegetarian,
much.
right?
I don't know. I'm just, observing and,
She's not eating for two, I hope.
Again.
I guess I'll go over and talk to Frost.
Okay.
Hang out.
So apparently Frost is over there on his phone texting away. Probably trying to text his ocean-dwelling girlfriend who doesn't have a phone. Or he's web surfing mermaid porn.
Oh.
Or he's web surfing the Tucson Mermaid Parade.
The Return of the Mermaids.
Yes. So what are you guys doing? Talk to each other.
Hey, Frost. Find out anything interesting?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you'll have to tell us later.
It's the heart cold of the heart of winter. We now know officially what it's called.
That we're all here for the Heart of Winter?
I thought we all already.
Yeah, didn't
Remember,
they?
I
That's
only-
kind of public knowledge. 'Cause
They-
remember
they
the
should
hologram?
have-
Yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't call it that, though.
She didn't call it the You're right. You
She didn't call it that. Now you know what it's called.
Nonchalantly looking in the air. Oh, she didn't?
No, she didn't.
Oh, my.
But now we know, because Frost knows.
Mm-hmm. So do you tell Thora?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what do you guys do?
Well, I ask for a non-alcoholic drink.
I grab another beer.
You get water.
Oh. Alright, then champagne.
Okay. I'm like, non-alcoholic drink, you get water?
Beer.
Another beer for Frost? Okay, and Trixie. Since you now have a mouthful of food right
I want
now.
to see what Kane's doing.
And you're dancing on the dwarves' feet. Oh no, because whatever Kane's doing is probably
Cheek
going to
the
explode
breast.
into something. So I'm holding him on for last.
Ah.
Cheek to breast.
Cheek to breast. Beard to breast.
I'm
Can
in
you have
heaven.
dwarf smell
And
in
the
your...
heartbeat so that I could hardly speak.
Dwarves.
Definitely
She
get-
would know.
Definitely
And I
gonna
seem
have to have a
find
shower
the
after
happiness I
this.
see when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek.
Oh.
Okay, so what are you doing while you're dancing with them?
It's like, did you make that lovely item, Anya?
Oh, yes, I did.
Did you make other pretties?
Oh, I'll make you some beautiful nipple rings.
Oh! I don't think so. But perhaps something maybe in a necklace or something.
Oh.
And I'm gonna lean down and whisper into his ear. double jointed.
Oh.
I'm very flexible.
If you want a pretty bauble between those breasts, just let me know. I'd have to see them to be able to judge how pretty it needs to be to fare against them.
It's like,
Epic appearance.
in that case, you just may. But I do love poetry too.
We'll just have to see.
We'll have to agree first.
Oh.
Oh, and he kind of puts his hand down and squeezes one of your cheeks. A professional girl, are you?
Careful.
Not professional.
Not professional.
Considering.
I just like pretty pretties.
Okay, he pretty much stops dancing with you and will guide you off the dance floor. And when he does this little dwarf clap, and one of his retainers comes up with a little satchel. It says, "I need a contract."
Oh my god.
Shit.
And the guy busts out this leaf of paper, scrolls through, and there's like some pre-done contracts for business.
Damn.
That's not
I gotta be
so
careful with
good.
that fine print.
And he busts out the contract
That's
and starts
true.
scribbling in there.
I don't suppose your stepbrother Lucius is
Oh yeah,
lawyer.
because I'm gonna trust him with my best interest.
He'll be like, "I sell her for 2 cows."
It's like I still want to use charm just to make sure I'm getting the better end of the stick here.
Okay, so basically, you see him scribbling in Dwarvic on this contract. By the way, it's all in Dwarf.
English.
It's all in
only.
Dwarven runes.
Oh baby, this won't fly. I can't read it. It's gotta be in English.
Oh, it's okay. And he puts little English translations next to what he's scribbling. So a 3-day weekend of fantastic sex,
Oh my god.
3-day weekend.
an exploration of every angle.
Oh my god. I don't know if I'm up for this.
Yeah,
Do
really.
you have any epic stamina yet?
Ooh, okay.
Okay. In exchange for
I have epic stamina.
one bauble of equal or greater beauty to the breasts that will bear them,
Ooh.
And
I'll have
one-
you know that my charisma is my appearance is 4 with an epic.
and a draft from the mead of poetry.
But the draft isn't permanent, right?
It's a drink.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
So she just have to carry it around?
Until she drinks it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's given a draft. Dan,
Okay.
what is a draft?
Grab a swallow.
Mm-hmm.
One use.
So she gets to swallow it. Much like Odin did when he stole the meat, he spit it out to save it.
Uh-huh.
But she'll be given one drink off the
I'll put it in the
flask
bottle.
or tankard, depending on what container he's carrying it in.
Mm-hmm. But I'll put it in a bottle so I can use it at a specific time. But I'll also get a pretty that will do something.
Yeah.
And she'll prove her oral fortitude to the dwarf.
No!
Oh my god.
Okay, and he slides the
I don't mind
contract.
beards.
He slides the contract next to you. He takes the old-fashioned style pen that he was dipping in ink, stabs his finger, and signs his name in his own blood.
Oh my god.
Anything signed in blood is not a good idea.
Just means it's legit.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
You know what? Hold on.
She's gonna flip a coin.
I'm gonna totally let fate decide.
You said it had to be discussed. He's got a contract here in paper and blood.
Use your football
It
suit?
better be something very. It
Make
better
sure you're
be a
using
very
your
nice
flip-flops,
bauble.
Trevor.
Well, it better be nice breasts.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Heads, yes, no, no.
Oh,
She's flipping the coin.
It's heads. Okay, I'm signing it.
oh no!
She's-
I
I'd have
flipped
a
a
bad
coin.
feeling about
And it's
this.
funny because all his retainers are sitting there watching her sign it, looking up at her, and watching her sign it, looking at her boobs, and watching her sign it. And like half of them are like, "Oh God, what are you getting into? Why are you doing this?"
This is not something that we get. You know what? I don't want to. You know what? Keep the details between you and him.
yeah,
'cause-
don't worry.
Even the other dwarves are going,
We've been through enough.
poor girl.
And then as soon as you sign it, he basically points over to a covered table over in the corner.
It starts now?
3 nights.
I did not sign up for public.
Oh no, there's a tablecloth.
I knew this was
You
not
did.
gonna- this was not going to be good.
My husband is a
3
drunk.
nights.
You didn't realize the nights.
She didn't
I
realize
thought
it
it
was
would be
starting
after
right
the
now.
party.
Well, I should be
no.
glad it's starting right now,
Like
because
the
if not,
dwarves
you'd owe an
did.
extra night to it after the party.
Well, how close are we to midnight?
Dwarves don't like the way
It's
they
well,
it's about 10ish, but the night starts now. When you only have from sunset to sunrise.
That's true.
was like,
They are kind
Promise me it's just you and I and no one else sees.
Oh, no one shares my cookies. Daddy wants dessert. So are you going with them under the table?
Apparently I am.
oh, jeez.
You decided to flip the coin.
Everybody besides
I
Trixie,
did. I flipped the coin.
roll wits and awareness.
Oh, well, I won't notice anything then.
I did. I flipped the
Wait,
coin.
wait.
I
I didn't notice anything.
I let fate decide.
Oh, wait,
How
wits
very-
and awareness?
Wits
And-
and awareness.
Oh,
And
wits
fate.
and awareness.
And
That's
very-
fate-
Or
and fate
perception and awareness.
No,
as
no,
well.
no. Wits is
A
fine.
very
You let-
acer of me.
You let fate decide, and fate decided to play it just.
No, I let fate decide, and fate just fucked me.
I got a 3.
So wait, what? Wait, wits and
Wits or perception and awareness.
okay.
Holy
Your
shit.
perception's highest.
I got 4.
Okay, pretty much you
Okay,
guys only need a
awareness.
1 or better.
Awareness.
To obviously
Got a
see this
4.
horny dwarf pulling her under the table and she's begrudgingly
I'm
going.
like, oh my god.
And meanwhile, the guy who had the sheets of paper is tearing off the contract and making receipt duplicates for both parties.
At which
you,
point I look at
Let's
the
see.
fire,
1,
the fire
2.
giant.
and you think I'm bad.
Even they do
Police
better
thing,
than you.
I'm not screwing.
Oh! Burn! Literally.
Well, Trixie got screwed.
I
No,
think
she's
Trixie
kidding.
got screwed, yeah.
She just got screwed.
All I know is I better not hear anything ever again about my love life, because anybody who lets a dwarf screw her under the table at a party has
Oh,
no
I don't know.
good-
Hey.
I still think that's
Watch-
way more normal than what you've done.
Watch what you're saying about Freya.
Oh,
Exactly.
That's true.
My last character was a Scion of Freya.
She
Okay.
let like three or five dwarves have their
So-
way with her for a weekend for the necklace of Uberness.
And, I'm sorry, I'm dating a prince.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. She's
Not
found
only-
her prince.
he's-
He's just
he's
not
a
a
prince,
Disney prince.
And
No,
there's
nobody's a Disney
Well,
prince.
there's nothing wrong with little guys. Just saying.
Okay, so meanwhile,
Hey, tripod.
Kane is poking the burning bear, so to
How
speak.
do you know he's not a tripod, huh?
Actually, you're quite impressed because he
dwarves
does have
are-
epic strength and stamina.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Norse dwarfs aren't that short.
I'm teasing.
And the most important thing is, dwarves like going in tunnels.
All right, this is
Okay,
rapid.
so
Go.
Kane,
He just burned.
you're poking the bear with the fire giant.
Oh.
Are you really pushing this to become a confrontation?
Nothing overt.
Nothing overt? Okay, because he is kind of dim-witted, so there are some things that he will let go under the radar.
Yeah, because he just couldn't see them.
Well,
I'm too fast. I'll catch it. It won't fly over my head.
Nothing goes over my head. I would
catch
catch
it. I am, my reflexes are too fast. I would.
I'm just making observations. Like I said, the dwarfs have better chance of procreating with the other races than Titan spawn.
Yeah, and what's funny is I'm actually part fire giant.
Oh, that's horrible. Even your own kind.
Well, you don't. She's busy saying that. Except maybe he says, oh, your hot lips. I'm for fire giant.
I was like,
Hot lips, Houlihan.
Hot lips Houlihan.
Oh, my lips are so hot. Suicide.
Okay, so basically you can tell he's trying his damnedest to keep his shit under check. But
He's a little hot under the collar, though.
I am going to have to roll over his malice at this point, because his extreme virtue, I would call it an effective malice. Let's see if he botches and just goes for the throw. Believe it or not, he actually has 2 successes, so he's keeping his shit in check.
He's keeping his cool.
See, he's a good boy. He's on a short leash.
And
Short
he
bus,
just
too.
looks at you with flames for eyes, and in the right place, in the right time, I am going to burn you to nothing.
Wait, fight gonna break out?
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
He
Let
can't.
King talk.
He's keeping his shit.
Nice, sweetie. I love that flame in your eyes for me, but it's just not my thing. Like I said, even mortals, more than a dwarf.
Oh. Now he just implied.
Don't worry. Once Surt's new forces arrive, the Scions will
That's
mean
interesting.
nothing.
When?
Your Allfather and his Valkyrie created pets and his Scions he's made with mortals will mean nothing to the human souls we're harvesting.
So what you're saying, let me just understand, is that Cert has to harvest to get enough power to do it, and the Allfather's already in charge, so Cert's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Surt's been in charge since before creation. He was one of the first creatures, and he will be one of the last creatures.
Was. But I can understand, he's got to scrape the bottom of the barrel. I wonder if he's still coming up better than, you.
Keep thinking what you must, Scion. Keep thinking what you must.
Well, unlike you thinking it would be one of my stronger suits.
At least you can take it.
When all is said and done, you'll just be ash on the wind.
And you'll still be a post.
And with that, he just leans up against the wall and he's ignoring you like a post.
Talk to the post.
You don't want to play no more.
He's a sweetie post.
And pretty much at that point, Lucius comes back with another drink, hands it to you, and goes, Did I just see her crawl under there with the dwarf?
Yes! And I was pointing
Wouldn't
out
crawl under it with him, but I did.
and the fire giant's now jealous of a dwarf.
Aw, and he just comes up and just pats him. There. You're too hot for her.
Oh.
And the fire giant just, you can tell he's trying to tune out both of you.
Okay.
He wants to burn this place to the ground.
But then
He is not
die.
happy.
Which is
Time Spawn
kind
is
of
not
fun.
meant to be happy.
He's not happy, which makes us happy.
Well put.
Yeah.
And basically, Lucius points out the mortal you were trying to help is over there being poked with icicles. By the way,
I tried.
a valiant effort. Tilts his glass to you.
I'll help.
We're horrible people.
I'm not going to do for him.
You know, when I get back to work in New York City, we need police officers just like you. I could get you a job on the force with me.
Far too constrictive. Too many rules.
Only enough rules that you can't convince the others of what should happen.
Then why do I need to be a police officer to do that?
Because it's enjoyable. You can put yourself in charge of so many situations if you can pull the strings for both sides. I get a feeling that your group are more of my kind of scion than
We're such
the
horrible
ones that
people.
should be struggling against me. Granted, we all have to play our parts from time to time, but I definitely like your style.
You're probably right. But I'm not much of a joiner.
Oh, you wouldn't have to join to work with us. We could make sure that things blow over when they do around you instead of blowing through you. I've got plans that are bigger than the Titans and the gods.
He's offering you the same thing he offered me, basically.
Minus the sex.
Oh,
He offered
Yeah,
you
but
sex.
He's my brother.
That's
What do
so
you think I call
ooky.
him? Oopsious.
We have to leave.
It was an age of
We can't.
incest. It's actually part of the tendency
Part of-
when
I know.
Ragnarok happens.
I will certainly keep in mind, but I think I'm not sure Slick here would handle that. He's still steaming.
Don't worry, when my plans happen, he won't be around. And he basically,
In front of him?
well, no, they walked away from him.
Oh, they did? Okay.
And he pops out one of his business, his office police officer cards and hands it to you.
All right.
It's like, not that you couldn't find me if you wanted, I'm sure.
Probably.
Ophelia's told me some of the tricks she's seen you do.
She's the Scion of
I
Bryn.
know that bitch.
The one you tracked down at the hotel room.
Yeah.
That he was
I
actually
knew she was
in
dirty.
the room.
Yeah.
I knew she was dirty.
You know, the funny part, though, is gotten better since.
Ooh.
And he just kind of smirks at you and gives you a little toast with the glass. Haven't we all? If you don't mind, I have to go mingle and try to steer guests away from going next to Old Smoky there.
I don't think that's probably hard to do. I mean, he's probably sending
People
out
are
the
pretty much
vibe.
avoiding him like the plague. And the whole time,
They know a party pooper when they see one.
Kerrie, the whole time Trixie's hearing outbursts of, ew, ew, don't look, no, ew, 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 I think you just licked me.
Maybe you should take your jewelry off.
I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
Brother's been seen, can't be unseen. I am unclean.
Take a nap, boys.
We're here, you need to talk later. Okay, so,
Hold it, but is Trixie enjoying herself?
Trixie,
Is he talented?
he actually is skilled in the world of woman pleasing.
All right,
Alright,
then.
there you
Hey,
go.
another
So-
bonus.
But the question is, were you quiet?
Yeah, Trixie would be quiet. She knows the virtue of.
But he's not.
I don't know, should I make you roll versus your expression?
Oh,
That's
am I?
You go for it, extreme expression!
Okay, so.
well,
And,
he's
and
good.
while she's rolling,
Well,
Bryn,
hold
what
it, but
are
I
you
would
doing?
for just roll the expression and what?
I'm
Whatever
just,
your expression
I'm just
virtue is.
watching.
Yeah, 3, so just roll 3.
I'm having some more wine and I'm watching Scotty make
I got
the
2.
rounds
Okay.
of all
Then
the
you-
ex-hubby's
And I'm
children.
rocking his world.
So you're basically glaring at Scotty as she's
Yeah,
walking around?
yeah.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
like, you know.
Well, technically, Scotty
Poking
did
the-
start it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
No,
she has to continue
technically,
it.
killing of her father started it.
I mean,
Okay.
really, that's just like.
So, at one point, Bryn, you're staring at her, and she looks at you just passing a glance, just looking across the room, and
Yeah,
she
3.
sees that you're basically staring at her.
Yeah.
and that's rude.
And she's
Glaring at her.
walking over to talk to you to see what your problem is of why you're
You
basically
looking at me?
watching her.
Yeah,
You
I'm
looking at me?
you.
Especially
Yeah.
after you just said you weren't here for your father checking up on her.
I'm not here for my father. I
well,
was
but
like,
you're just.
but now that she brought up the subject, I was like,
Well, basically, she's walking up. Do we have a problem?
well, I don't know as it's a problem. I just don't think that you needed to come and talk to me. I mean, I have nothing to do with you, and, you know, I'm not gonna mention haven't seen you at all to my dad, so,
That was all I needed to know, and then I left your side, and now you've been staring at me ever since.
well, I've just been watching you make the rounds. It seems to me that, you
Now
know,
you're saying I'm a trollop?
You better watch where you're going here.
No, that's what her father said.
I would not ever say that you were a trollop. No. I did hear that rumor, but it wasn't me.
Be
I mean,
careful,
I
Mom.
just got it.
Be careful.
It wasn't
She's god
me.
level. She could squish you with a finger.
I
Just
I
got
just
real.
heard on the grapevine, and you know, I just want to let you know that the rumors are going around, and you should, you know, be aware. I'm looking out for you, babe.
Okay.
It's funny that Kelly's saying no
Don't
to
you
me
dare, don't you.
repeatedly.
There's a trip to the hospital and a trip to the graveyard. Which one?
But the thing is, it would be for all of us.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, oh, just looking out for you.
At least when I was poking a bear, I stood a chance.
Okay.
Can
I walk over there and
Causing a fight
yeah.
would be a death sentence.
I'm
Can I
just
walk
saying,
over there
I'm
and
looking
stop?
out for her.
Let their interaction finish, because it's literally
no.
the moment she says it, Scotty just leans into you, Bryn, and under the most polite, quiet voice that thank God you're immune to cold, or it would send shivers down your side and probably freeze your shivers. You're going to pay for that. Your father or not, you're going to pay for it.
I'm just looking out, sweetie. Honor. I'm just
Are you
looking
really
out for
just
you.
not getting it?
No, I'm just looking out for her.
No.
Well, should we consider rolling up new characters now?
Yes.
And she then leaves you her glass that's literally overflowing with frost and
Frost.
ice.
I like
Goes
that.
over and she's grabbing up a new glass and she's having a heart-to-heart with the sisters.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you guys spend the rest of your evening? How do we wrap up the rest of the evening, guys?
Just socializing.
Okay.
Avoid Bryn from
Trixie's-
dying.
How are you avoiding? You guys didn't even catch this interaction.
No,
This
this
It was very discreet.
we're just mingling.
It's a feeling. It's a feeling we're all
Contemplating
starting
taking
to
up
just
smoking
know how to
just so I
get.
can have one after.
Oh,
Hoping
he'll
I'll get
share
to
his
say
pipe
goodbye.
with you afterwards.
Leave a message for my
I
children
thought he
who
was
will
doing
never
that
see
during.
their mother again.
Like,
Like, seriously.
Like,
snuggling
we're
up to
start,
the
we're all
beard.
trying to gain a spidey sense when she's about to start something.
Curling
Okay.
my finger languorously through his beard.
Wait.
And he's very impressed by your bosoms, by the
Nipping
way.
at.
At one point, you hear him shout out, "Start designing the necklace!" It's a purple drop. It's orange! As you see the same guy with the contract, he makes like triplicate forms of that contract and then starts drawing a necklace out. Yeah, they're making a lot of noise under the table, actually. At one point, the table fell on its side. Thank God it was table side facing everyone, so only the wall is getting a view of what's happening on the other
And his
side.
voice picked it up, right?
And the one sad fact is, since your jewelry is glowing, there's shadows being cast on the wall, showing everyone in detail what's being done.
Damn, that is not funny.
He's not the one that knows what to do with the dwarf.
He said that so
You're
that
right.
no one can
You're
see.
right.
No one can see what you guys are doing.
So, people are watching the Shadow Theater.
There's shadow play going on the wall there.
And then after particular, I say, good,
so much.
it's like, good move there. Oh, they say golf clap.
But
Oh, yeah.
you're right. It's not funny.
How
it's
can
hilarious.
she bend that way?
That's what's got some people. Must
Is
be
that a trick of the light?
It's a trick of the light. It's gotta be.
Is that magic?
Trixie.
Even at one point, the fire giant in the corner of the room, and yes, I mean fire giant,
Oh.
is looking at it going, "What is this?" The head spin like, "What?"
Y'all
Oh my
just
God.
jealous, and it's not you.
And the sister just looks at her other sister and said, "I didn't know there would be shadow theater tonight."
Hey, no, I offered different entertainment.
Unfortunately, the guy is quite dead.
Yeah, too late.
But, you know, he suffered horribly if it makes you feel better.
No, it doesn't.
You
actually.
wanted him to suffer.
She said that in.
You
in-
told
I know.
Lucius to make sure he suffered.
Yeah.
Lucius knew it wouldn't be easy for him, so he fulfilled his promise to his little sister.
I know, and
Wow.
and Trixie is actually. I said that in a moment of anger, and I feel really horrible. Well, actually, right now she's feeling something else.
Yeah, I don't think she's thinking about him at all.
But I promise you, she's going to feel really bad later.
After 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much
Apparently, I'm in for quite a ride.
pretty much midnight comes around, doors been opened up, people, you know, your hosts are at the door saying goodnight to everyone, you know, being very, very gracious guests. Trixie and the dwarf are still at it, thank God for epic stamina.
Do you have epic stamina?
Yes, I do have.
And so does
I
the
have
dwarf.
We have one epic.
And at one point, you hear him shout something in Dwarven, and then a stubby little hand is dropping mugs of liquor to you guys to keep you hydrated.
Oh my god.
And then some meat is being poured places. As you know, pretty much at one point, your gentleman suitor, Trixie, tells you, tell your friends goodnight, you'll go up to my room. It's on the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
That's great. We can get a room to ourselves.
And,
So I think after this one, I think I'm like, I just need a bath and and maybe just a little cuddle.
It's like, although I got a few ideas, baby.
Yeah, you won't believe what I saw.
I need to limber up. Okay, so anything special you guys are doing as you're waiting in the line to be excused from the party to go to your separate rooms?
Make sure I get in line next to the fire giant.
Okay,
Oh!
which means basically you're at the very end of the line because he was waiting to be the last one to leave.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, pal?
As,
Alright?
as you know,
wanted to be
part of the
last.
wall he was leaning against is now completely turned to
I
cinders.
want to be in line in front of Bryn. Okay, I want to be somewhere, like, I want to be out of the room before she gets, before she gets up there.
Okay, so
Frost and I are like, it was like, let's get out of there.
Scotty, gives a farewell to her hostesses and thanks them on a wonderful party. There's pleasant girl hug, kiss on the cheeks, exchange between them all, and all of a sudden Scotty just looks at one of the sisters and says, "Now remember what I told you about her," and they both in unison turn their heads right towards Bryn. And then smile beautifully together, and she excuses herself.
Don't look at me.
Oh, I'm just looking in general. You're in the middle of the group, so it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so then comes Frost and Thor's turn.
Thank you for the lovely evening. It was beautiful.
It was interesting.
Yeah. As you're still hearing noise behind the table.
It's
The
a
dwarf
night. I
contingent
promise
hasn't
you,
left yet.
it's a night I won't
Oh, the
forget.
dwarf contingent has left.
Oh, okay.
Very welcome.
And a key was dropped over you guys. A key card was dropped over you guys as they were leaving to make sure he could get to his room. Okay, so Frost, what do you say?
Thanks for the party. Thanks for the beer.
And of course, it's funny because right behind you guys are the dark elves dragging the drunk guy. And he's
Oh,
like,
really?
"This guy?" And he's pointing to you, Frost. "He's so not an asshole. I love this guy. We got to invite this guy with full honor so he doesn't get killed when he steps into our world."
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Fist bump. Boom.
No, do the peace out.
Peace, bro. And of course, he's doing it when the hand's just drunkenly flopping. Comes out as a completely different sign when you do the peace, the bro bump when you're drunk and your hand's flopping limply. And of course, his friends just sigh and continue dragging him. He will be disciplined later.
No.
No, don't. No, don't.
You have no control over it, baby.
Yeah, let them do their thing.
As different folks, are taking their time, so the elevators will have plenty of time to get everyone up to the different floors. There's a couple mundane people that are not quite sure what kind of party they're seeing because they, of course, the morals, they don't look like a giant; they just look like a big.
Look like well-dressed, oddly shaped people.
Why is he so dirty, though?
Yeah, why does that get covered in soot? And then all of a sudden, it comes to the
smoke.
okay. It comes to Bryn's turn, and they give you a bit of a cold farewell, but they're hospitable.
Later, ladies. Thank you for the entertainment. It was very, very unusual.
And they kind of look back at the shadow play going on against the wall over there and say, "Your friends are very interesting."
Thank you.
I think.
And as Bryn walks away, you hear the sisters talk to themselves quickly, going, "Interesting. Someone who has a friend like that would call someone else a slut."
I called somebody a slut. When?
No, she has a friend like you, but called Scotty a slut.
Okay, I'm like,
was a rumor I heard.
You didn't say.
She didn't
I said
say
it.
You're
she
supposed
didn't
to say.
call
I
her.
never said
She implied it.
I never said
Especially-
you. I said that. I
Especially
never
since you
said it.
never
but
know
that's
what
not how you
Brian
said it.
told Lucius and then before he got put as a toy.
Oh well.
It's not what what you said.
But how you said.
Just a rumor.
Just
I heard a rumor.
heard
No.
by a Scion on Earth.
That's what not. No.
Okay,
That's
and
not
then
what you were saying.
Kane, it's your turn with the fire giant behind you, who's grumbling about how long this is taking.
And is your suit burning? Do you have a flame
I will
alarm?
make sure to take my time, be as gracious as possible.
And slow.
And give them extra flattery to take even longer.
Yes, each of
Okay. And of course, the sisters actually really do like you. You know, you're personable. You're very
And
strong.
you are a great dancer.
Oh, sister,
That's
you
right.
should definitely take him to your room tonight.
Well, I wouldn't mind. It has
Are
been
you
a
free
while.
tonight, sir?
Unfortunately, I'm not. My friend here has decided that he wants to go down to the bar with me.
Oh,
Right,
Sparky?
And the fire giant just grinds his teeth and sparks come off. And Lucius is just busting up laughing.
Well, I would not like to come between drinking buddies.
Oh, sister, you've never enjoyed that yet.
No, that's true.
Perhaps later, if both of you are free later, I'll tell you where her room is. And pretty much they bid you farewell. Fire giant grumbles it was a good party.
Oh wait, I'll hold the elevator doors for him.
Okay, and then as everyone's been excused, doors close. Frost giants go over to the gentleman who's, dying slowly on the wheel.
I thought you said he was dead already.
Oh, you think he's dead, but there's a little life left in him. As one of the frost giants opens up a vein and feeds him.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
As the giant blood coursing through his body starts to strengthen him, the icicles are pulled out of him that froze the wounds. As slowly the wounds start to stop bleeding, at least. Not really mending, but stop bleeding at least.
It's going to take a little while.
Oh,
No,
sister, I'll
Bryn.
take this play toy home to my room and tend to his wounds. He might be interesting since he knows so much about the Scions.
Yes, that does sound like a plan. I have to go feed the kitty.
Oh, you and that cat of yours.
Well, it's my faithful companion.
I prefer not so faithful ones.
I know.
Fortunately, he wasn't with us in some of our.
He wasn't with us.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he wasn't with us in any of them.
he wasn't.
He
didn't
was
really,
there when the dwarves attacked.
Yeah,
Was he?
but
Oh, he was
that
at dinner?
it.
Yeah, remember he was with you guys for that.
Yeah, but he would have stayed in the restaurant
went
when
back
we did
to
the
the-
Yeah,
cloud.
but
We clouded that all up.
Yeah, he doesn't know a thing.
he knows a huge weakness.
Yeah,
Really?
he does.
What? Go ahead and say it, Dan.
No.
It's out of character. You can say it. It's,
If I wanted, as an out of character, if I wanted to drive the team batshit crazy, Thorson. And he's squishy.
I need to send that man on a trip. He needs to go home.
now comes the question: do you really want to send him out of your sight back
No,
to
I
Iceland?
Yeah, considering that's where you met the witches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe you should send him and.
But
the
on the
kids
plus
to-
side, you were exceedingly
to Arizona.
polite, and you gave them a gift.
Yeah,
So-
why? Of course I was.
Yeah.
You were very
And
nice to them.
interestingly enough, Brian can tell them about Lucius, and that he was, he took care of Brian off the cruise. Depending on how he did it, you never know yet.
That's true. I don't know
that's
how to do
true.
it.
I don't
Maybe
know
there'll
how
need
to
to be
do
an
it.
NPC spotlight.
Interesting.
I had nothing to do with any of that because I just Bryn just wanted to kill him outright, and none of this would have been a problem. At the very beginning, when we broke up, I could have cut his throat, flopped him overboard, and none of this would have been a
Oh, you're
problem.
so evil. But, you know, maybe if
But
you just,
you know what? It would have solved a lot of these problems.
What's
you
your
know, if
nature?
you just had a one night stand with you know,
Okay, or if you were polite to Scotty.
he was, what is it? He was enamored. He was following me around.
Whenever
he
these
was
situations
fate bound.
happen-
That lasts for one night.
Whenever these situations happen, you make the worst possible choices at the worst possible times.
But that's
What's her
what
nature?
makes it interesting. Her nature is
Troublemaker?
bravo.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's so
I have
bravo.
no
She's playing
empathy.
her
I
character.
have one in integrity.
Well, basically,
I
what
mean,
he's
it's
asking is,
not
what's
like-
your character's nature? What do you do to get willpower
Right.
willpower back?
Yeah, she's fine.
Basically,
She's who
you
she
play
says.
completely to the bravo. It's,
I
you're-
do.
it's completely in character.
Yep.
Someone comes up on you, you bravo up on them.
If I had just taken care of it right that minute instead of following,
Except for-
listening to you guys about being nice, none
Well,
of this
there-
would have been
Okay,
possible.
bravo doesn't mean that you just kill randomly.
Okay, it was intelligent of me to figure out that if he was gone permanently,
That-
Well, was it
That-
intelligent
was not
of you
gonna
to
be-
insult Scotty and put all of our lives at risk?
no, that was
That was very
probably not.
empathetic. It was.
I was just trying to help her out.
No, you weren't.
I was.
You're
No,
going to be
I don't know
No matter
why
what
you
you're
don't
saying.
think-
Is this some repressed stuff that she broke your dad's heart secretly,
Well,
and he told
no,
he
because
confided with you? Because
what
that's
you
what I'm
said-
feeling here.
You
What
know,
you said
it was not a nice thing to do.
Just remember,
to
guys,
just-
from her character's point of view, the trollop divorced and broke his heart and went off for another guy in the mountains.
She
This
wouldn't.
coming
She
from the
wouldn't
woman who said-
compromise at all. She would not even go to the foothills for Christ's sakes, huh?
Wait,
Yes, but
Maybe
you
a
didn't
sand-
know
it
any
was-
of this.
It was your dad that wouldn't go to her place.
But you,
Well, I'm saying she's
She
in the
didn't know any
mountains.
of
She
this.
could have come to the foothills or the sand dunes.
she didn't
I
know
mean,
any
there
of this.
was nothing.
She doesn't even know who Scotty was.
There was not. How do you know he never told me about
Because
the wife?
we just
he never
we
mentioned her
established
name.
that.
He
We
never mentioned
established-
her name. He did say he was really, really heartbroken because she
Right.
wouldn't compromise at all. She wouldn't even like come to the
And
foothills.
so most of you guys go up to your rooms, hang up your evening party clothes, have a good
He was
night.
just getting started.
Kane
Yeah, for
unfortunately
you.
gets, blown off on his bar date with his bar friend because his bar friend goes up to his room. And you guys never hear back from Trixie the rest of the night.
Oh no! Once we
Didn't
leave the
expect
room, once
that.
we leave the room, I'll send my boys to stay in the hotel room.
Okay? All of a sudden, as you guys are in the room, you hear zip, zip, zip. And you hear this collective retch from the bathroom. And there's 5 little fairies circling in a circle, making a beautiful little rainbow, puking in unison over what has been seen.
Do I need to get you little guys some mouthwash?
What's mouthwash?
It's this kind of minty blue stuff. You might like it.
Blue! And they start bathing in it.
Okay, that's better. I mean, it might sparkly them up after being covered in dwarf
And
sweat.
there's like Skittles and some other rainbows in the sink. But now the room is going to, of course, smell like mouthwash because they keep going back and bathing in it again. Because they figure out how to unscrew the cap. And they can dunk themselves in it and they go flying off to dry off.
Sorry, I think I just gave them something new.
No.
I meant to press! As a naked sprite goes flying back by giving you the full Monty.
Trixie's gonna come back and she's gonna smell like
Look! Mouthwash angels! As the guy's on Trixie's pillow, leaving mouthwash stains in the shape of an angel.
Anytime you
That's
fly
right.
too
You're not gonna
close
use
to me,
it
I
for a few
just
nights.
make it dwarf.
And then all of a sudden, Sprite goes up to Kane. Hi. 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 And it's just floating in front of his eye. Hi.
You guys aren't gonna get any sleep thanks to
Make
me.
it dwarf.
And it just retches in your lap. And it's sad because the poor thing, every time it retches, it drops in the sky a little closer to your lap.
Oh,
And then it goes back to the mouthwash. Mouthwash! Mr. Fresh!
That's Miney. He's very greedy.
And then at one point, you hear just some noise from the bathroom because the sprites have discovered something. because all of a sudden they found Alka-Seltzer tablets and mouthwash.
Bubble
As your mouthwash bottle is frothing over.
I think that's a Trixie problem.
I did.
I think so.
I would say not my circus, not my monkeys, but they are.
Your circus,
That moment you realize it is your circus. They,
They
are
are
your
my
monkeys.
monkeys. Except I'm not there.
Does she get to come back at
Sprite's gone wild.
At morning? I mean, or
If she
before?
bothered to read the contract, yes. During daylight hours, she can go back.
Oh gosh, you're gonna be sleeping during the day.
I've got a big stamina. I just need a nap.
Okay.
Just need a 5-hour power nap.
Breakfast
And some
a
chafing
nap.
cream.
Beards are actually very soft.
You think that's the fur she's talking about? Okay, so pretty much you finish the night. Beautiful night. Sunlight starting to come in through the windows, except in Trixie's room, which has, by the way, lead-lined curtains. One of their requirements they made in their room. No sunlight sneaking in that room. And it's a beautiful day, too. What will this day hold? I don't know. But that's a great place to wrap it up there.
Oh.
Mouthwash!
This episode brought to you by Scoop.
Listerine.
Sprite's Gone Wild 2015.
Oh, Listerine would burn their eyes.
Oh yeah,
Go.
no.
They might want that after what they've seen.
That's right.
It burns, but it feels so fun. It burns, it feels so
Trevor,
fun.
dice down to dice.
Oh,
That's
my
what the
God.
door said. Hey, the dice are down there.
Hi, this is Kellie, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hi, this is Jim from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion Hero to Ragnarok podcast, and the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And I'd just like to say thank you for listening, and may fate always be on your side.